Hello Bronco Nation, I'm Miss McCann and I'm live here in the BHS newsroom. I'm here with David. David, would you like to give our viewers a big loud and proud Bethany welcome? He's not one much for words, but we're here to talk to you today about Fantasy Football Artist League. That's right, you may have heard of artists and you may have heard of fantasy football, but did you know that you could learn about both at the same time? Well, hold on to your hats, Broncos, because today is draft day and you're going to be choosing your team of artists to follow in our Fantasy Football Artist League for the next 4 weeks. So while we're waiting for the draft clock to begin, let's talk about the competition. And if it's a competition, there's winners, and winners get prizes. David, tell our players what they could win. That's right, folks. In addition to a large fantasy football artist style trophy, you also get a giant basket of, what was that, David? That's right, folks. But even with a prize as cool as that, the gameplay is even better. Each week, your team of artists will compete against other classmates' teams, and every Friday, you'll get the rankings of the new team standings and hear how each artist performed. And that's not all. Fridays are tailgate days, which means you can bring your own food or drink to share if you'd like, and we'll have a ton of tailgate games out in the commons to play. So what's the strategy this week? We're glad you asked. Once you've got your teams, you're going to need to get them ready for their first game of the season. Every team needs a name and a team mascot. You're going to research some fun facts about each of your artists and create a name for your team. You're also going to design a mascot that relates to your artist and is unique to your team. What's that, David? That's right. Each week you'll get a new team challenge that combines a bit of research with a bit of design and a whole lot of fun. So as the draft clock is about to start ticking, let's take a minute and talk about some of those players. Be sure to keep an ear out for quarterback Vincent Van Gogh. He's back in action after an injury and ready to play. Another quarterback to be on the watch out for is Henri Rousseau. After setback upon setback and some vicious lies, although all told by himself, he might just be ready to make a name for himself. And then we've got tight end Ai Weiwei back on the scene after a brief prison sentence in China. But he's not the only one who felt the heat. Defensive lineman Keith Haring faced multiple arrests for vandalism in his offseason. And wide receiver Pablo Picasso was cleared as a suspect in the theft of the Mona Lisa. New to the scene is kicker James Franco. Fans call him the Green Goblin, but it may be hard to see him in action. Most of his art is invisible. And an artist, Henri Matisse, finally out of his redshirt season, is raring to go. In fact, so much that people are calling him a beast, a wild beast, in fact. We'll be watching him closely to see how he shakes things up. Well, it's time to get things started. Here comes the draft.